Welcome, ignorant millennials. Iring weather. It's like so hot. And it doesn't help that you've got two hot ladies here. No guys around, finally. Welcome, ignorant millennials. I'm Lesedi. If you're just joining, welcome. Like, subscribe to our channel. Go back, like the other videos. I'm not alone today. I'm with Palesa. Palesa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was telling people to Fisa and Harike.
Hey.
The song that I was just playing now, Stokvel by who?
Kidax.
And it's so fitting for our topic today about saving or using Stokvels as saving instruments. Palesa wrote a nice little book. It's not even little. We're going to give it away later on, but we'll get there. And it's about Stokvels. So that's the topic of today. It's Stokvels as a savings instrument. But what we usually do on the show, Palesa, is that you introduce who you are and we give you a quick fire. So who are you? What do you do?
I'm Palesa Lengolo. I'm a banker and an author of the new book called Stokvels, How They Can Make Your Money Work for You.
So you have to watch the whole show, Ignorant Millennials, so that you can see how you can take advantage of the Stokvel, that old thing that our parents used to do, libokoko. We're going to take advantage of it now. But I'm going to throw with a quick fire real quick. And so quick fire is basically we give you an option of two things and then you need to say which option you take. Like, would you like a house at the beach or the mountain?
Beach.
Beach. Okay, and if you could live one person's life for the day, who would it be and why?
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Why? Because I think she doesn't have the same 24 hours as us, definitely.
Nah, I think she's like 48, somewhere in one. Okay.
So, yes.
And I'm a piano or gom.
Gom, because I'm not really familiar with amapiano.
Really?
Well, I know it's
But
a genre that is new.
Okay, okay. And who was the last person you had dinner with?
Myself.
Oh. Okay, not like, oh, but like, no, it's like, I believe in going out to know.
Like
yeah,
yesterday.
Dinner. Oh, no, I mean like out, like.
A friend. Yes.
Okay.
I went with my friend.
A significant friend or just a friend?
Just a friend who's a she.
Okay. Okay, what is your biggest addiction?
Social media.
Really? Is it because you're promoting the book?
No, like it's something that I can't control in terms of time. I'd be like, I'm only gonna be there for an hour, then 3 hours.
And then,
and I'm like
the scrolling thing, it's a disease. It's a
yeah,
disease.
like Twitter can keep you there for 5
It's a
days.
disease.
Unproductiveness.
Right? Anyway, we're not talking about that today. As you keep hearing me say, we're talking about the Stokvel. And I want to know, what are Stokvels?
Stokvels are a phenomenon that was done long time ago by our mothers or grandmothers, where people came together to help each other by putting resources together. So not necessarily only money. It started as just whatever that you needed the community to come together to put those resources together in order for a certain goal. Then they became saving mechanism, where now people come together to put money together in order to do whatever they're saving for. So
Yeah.
a saving mechanism.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what's the
Yeah,
simplest explanation.
And how do they work then? So you and I start the Stokvel and like...
Well,
then
the
what?
proper way of stockfelling
Yeah.
is supposed to be finding people that you trust.
Yes.
3 or more people.
Yeah, 3 or more people.
Yes.
Has to be 3 or more.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you trust and you put together professionally by drawing up a constitution, which is like your governance of what you are trying to do, or a contract that holds you guys together professionally.
A constitution?
Yes.
So, and I know in the book you mentioned having a constitution, and without sort of getting too deep into it, how important is it then to have a constitution in a Stokvel? And do Stokvels know this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Stokvels, in order for you to run away from the informality of the scams and people running away with your money, it's like a contract. Constitution is like you're saying, let's start a Stokvel, the 3 of us, but we are coming to a contract. The constitution is exactly that. It's your terms and conditions and agreements that you are coming together. We are saving for this. This is how we're going to run the Stokvel, and each member sign up for it. and they know what they are in for. So without it, that's where the loopholes
problems come in. Yes. Okay, because
now I didn't sign anything with you. You can run away with my money.
Yeah, 100%.
I have nothing to stand on. So
I lied about my address. Now you don't know where to find me, whatever the case may be. And I wanted to know, just or before we get into Stokvels, what's the difference between then saving and investing? Because I think some people look at Stokvels as if as an investment, but is it not more of a short-term saving?
Well, Stokvels are a saving mechanism that can be used as a tool to invest. Though. So for the longest time, Stokvels are just for saving. Where you just put money and then you share it. But what we are trying to do as the millennials,
yes, as us ignorant millennials,
is to use the mechanism of saving in order to eventually invest. So we don't want to just be saving and spending that money. Now we're using the Stokvels to invest in different things with the power of capital being bigger because you're contributing with the number of people.
Oh, okay. And now you were talking about millennials and them growing capital. You're also a millennial, but I want to understand, what is your experience with Stokvels?
I started working, well, besides the fact that every Black family knows the Stokvels, and my mom was part of Stokvels, my aunt is part of Stokvels. So they've always been as if like it's a culture. You always knew that there's mothers that are contributing money somewhere around the village. But we never really took it as a financial importance or something. We just thought it's just part of culture, people helping each other. But when I did come to Joburg with my background in finance and starting to work with Stokvels at the Stokvel Academy, I realized...
Stokvel Academy?
Yes.
What's that?
Stokvel Academy.
What's that?
Where Stokvels are being taught how to manage their money. And, it's run by the original Stokvel guru, Mambusi. So I used to be a lecturer there.
So
that's how I started interacting with Stokvels that side in Johannesburg. And that's where I saw how much they don't know in terms of financial products, in terms of what to do with their money besides groceries and just saving. So I wanted to...
And burial.
Yes. Those are the three main things actually. The one that used to tend to be more attractive to younger people was always the rotational one, which still is. But what I'm saying in the book is saying we can actually do much more, bigger things than
and I like that in the book you've structured a way to, how do you actually set up a Stokvel? So at a high level, how does one, without giving too much away, because obviously you must buy the book, without giving too much away, how does one set up Stokvel? You mentioned that there must be a constitution, there should be 3 people. What else?
Obviously, same goal. You have to be knowing what you want to do with the money that you're putting it together. Is it for investing? Even if it's for investing, what you want to invest in. Is it equity? Is it property? Is it businesses? So the same mind of goal needs to be there, but most importantly, the social capital of the Stokvel being trust. You have to be in a Stokvel with people you trust. We all have seen and heard of the stories of what happens when you're with people you don't trust. And obviously backing up yourself with having things like your constitution, getting expert advice and running it professionally is where I'm trying to say, let's take this powerful phenomenon into another level.
So then how then, so now we've started the constitution with people that I trust. How do we then keep the standard? How is it regulated? How do we make sure that Palesa wa at the end of the month, and if she doesn't, where do we go?
So Stokvels are informal societies. So regulation is still a challenge. So there's a organization called NASASA, which is National Stokvel Association, which is mandated by the Reserve Bank to look after the Stokvel industry. So what usually happens after you've gotten your group, you've set up your constitution with your people that you trust, the next step would be registering it with NASASA, and that's where they're gonna check you are a legit one, you fall within their requirements, and all that
And
for
then
them.
do they require like sort of like
So
fika?
that's why a illegal Stokvel, you never find it in the registry of
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna ask
they were
you
they're gonna refuse for your Stokvel to register there if it's
if
not.
you weren't legit.
Yes.
Okay, but then how do you make sure that you're legit? Is there like I come with my ID or
Yes,
as a group we come together with our IDs?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think there's ways that are not set now at the moment, but thanks to technology,
Yeah.
there's verification.
Verification, yes,
So you
yes.
can use apps like your Stokvel.
What? There's so much. Okay.
Yes, where they verify people and the administration of the running of the Stokvel, who has paid, who hasn't paid, when is the
Okay.
next meeting.
Yeah.
So as much as the regulation still has some challenges, there are other platforms that
Yeah.
can make sure that you guys are running it
A legit way.
way.
You keep mentioning the funny Stokvel study backdoor. There was a WhatsApp Stokvel that was started. Can we like can we just talk about a WhatsApp Stokvel? How does it work, and how did how because people are making it legit. They're like,
Yes.
no, it's just a group chat and we send money and
Exactly how Triple M did.
Yeah.
Actually, you donate the money,
Yes.
and you just take it. You are risk with little money. You are
yes,
willing
they're
to
just like, no, it's
leave.
200 rand.
That's exactly how pyramid schemes start. They make it sound so light. We're just a society helping each other. First, before coming to the
Yeah.
WhatsApp Stokvel, let's talk with how Triple M work. They
Yeah.
said you are just donating to a person you don't know. You're gonna get your money back, which a
Yes.
lot of people did.
Yes.
And they got their money, and then all of a sudden
It blew up.
boom.
Yeah. Oh.
And then it
yeah.
blew up. People made money. Unfortunately, the ones that got late, they didn't come.
Yes, like a typical pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Yes.
So WhatsApp Stokvel, it's the same thing. People are just rotating their money. It's just such a pity that they're always called Stokvels because nobody really owns the word.
Ah.
So anything that
yes.
involves people in
Yeah.
a group and putting money together and giving
Yeah.
each other in South Africa,
Yeah.
the only way to reference it is to say it's
Stokvel.
a Stokvel.
Yes.
So the regulators are still working around how to prevent people
Yeah.
from calling their schemes
Stokvel. Yeah, because I mean, it sounded very legit. I mean, I
Yes.
know many people that are like, no, it's a WhatsApp Stokvel. I know the people that are there.
Yes.
But then as you
Is
grow.
there, okay, number one,
Yeah.
that I wanted to know from the WhatsApp Stokvel, is there a constitution when you are joining this?
But then they didn't read the book, so they wouldn't know that there should be a constitution
No,
in
but
place.
at most Stokvels, like those 800,000 Stokvels, the reason we are recognizing them as legit Stokvels
Yes.
is because they are registered under a body. They have a constitution.
Yes.
They are with people that they know. There's no
Yes.
recruitment needed, which is one of
So-
the big red flags
Okay,
in a Stokvel.
okay.
Should you need
To recruit.
in order to make money, it
Then-
already ticks the pyramid
scheme box.
thing box.
Yeah, or like
So-
a red flag.
Yes.
Like,
So for me, what was very not really shocking because I hear of them all the time.
Yeah.
But what made it for me to actually say, okay, this is a scam from the ongoing,
Yeah.
was the fact that number one, you are joining most of these Stokvels with the people you don't know.
Yes.
You have to recruit.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you don't recruit, you don't make money.
Make money,
Which is one
yes.
of the requirements of
Yes.
the pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Anything that's gonna depend
On more
on
people
new
joining.
people joining is falls, and we'll get into how to identify pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
And depending on that, you don't know how is it sustained, how is the money being sustainable. So that means if you guys are all getting out your 200 rands and one person decides not to put it, already is putting a halt onto the whole process.
Yeah.
And as we have seen with everything that depends on recruiting people, once the masses are not recruiting, it falls away. And you can
Yeah.
only mathematically recruit so much of people.
Mathematically, yes.
Because the minute you stop recruiting, the minute you stop, and all the people that have up there
That joined the group
earlier,
with the admin.
they
Yes.
already gone. But
Yeah.
now when that big debate was happening, especially on Twitter, on WhatsApp Stokvels, was the fact that now the people that were complaining were not actually the people outside. There were people in the WhatsApp Stokvel. They
Yes.
were like, no, whoever, I've been waiting for 3 days for the 1.2.
Yeah.
It still hasn't. Here's my screen grab. Can I go report them in the thingy?
Yeah.
But it's not. You have no leg to
Yeah,
stand
yeah,
on. You
yeah.
volunteered.
You
to
gave
go
the
give
money,
somebody's
yes.
money. Somebody made money out of you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your recruitment was too late.
Yes.
And there's nothing as that can stop a pyramid scheme quicker than maybe bad publicity.
Yes, exactly.
Or it scares people to.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the minute people
Yeah.
heard that
Yeah.
WhatsApp
Yeah.
Stokvel can be a pyramid scheme, they
That's
became
when they,
to
yes.
be. So now
Yeah.
which breaks the whole chain now, because now the recruitment becomes harder, and when now you are busy waiting there
For your 1,200.
now people are skeptical.
Yeah. So let's get into it. I want to join a Stokvel now. If I'm recruiting people, I want to get into the how do you identify a pyramid scheme versus a Stokvel? What is it? So you mentioned if you have to recruit, you've got a problem.
Yes.
What
Number
else?
one, the pyramid scheme is exactly that. It's a triangle.
Yes.
So which means the people at the top,
Yes.
they are the ones who are likely. So the starters
Yes.
are likely the ones who are going to make money.
The group admins.
Yes. Who from the recruiters. Actually, the people when Stokvel, I had somebody that was camping in a WhatsApp Stokvel to give me information on how it works.
Yes.
So then eventually the group admins don't even need to do recruitment anymore. If you've got like 20 groups
Yes.
with 4
Yeah.
people in it, you are sorted.
Yes.
But if you are still recruiting,
Yes.
you are the one that is still likely not gonna get
their
your
money.
So a pyramid scheme is exactly that.
Yeah.
It's the risk of not being able to make the money that you have put
Yeah.
in versus when you are recruiting.
Yeah.
So you are depending on recruitment, number
Yes.
one, which comes to a point where you won't be able to recruit any longer. So it's unsustainable.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme number
Yeah.
2.
Yes.
Thinking, how are you making this money? If you
Yeah.
don't understand how you are making money
Yeah.
out of something, any investment, no matter how legit it looks, if
Yeah.
you don't understand,
Don't get into it.
get into it. Number 3, if you are going to put your money in something and you want money out of it, it has to have an asset that backs it up.
Yeah.
The reason why your Avons and your Herbal Lives are
Yeah.
not schemes, but you still recruit people,
Yeah.
is because they've got an asset that backs them up. There's a company, there's a product
Yes.
behind it. So
Yes.
you can actually understand.
But the product
where
is
the
money,
money
Nje.
is. So no, it can't be just money. There has to be a physical
Something more
asset beside
tangible,
it. When you are
yes.
investing in shares, there's a company you are
Yeah.
investing in. When
Yeah.
when you are
Yeah.
recruiting people for reselling of Tupperware,
Yeah.
there is a company called Tupperware. There
Yeah.
is
Yes.
physical stuff
Yes.
that
Got
is
you.
Tupperware.
Got you.
So that's
Got
the
you.
difference between recruiting for a pyramid scheme and recruiting for a normal networking company.
That requires recruitment.
Yes.
Okay.
So not everything that recruits is illegal.
Yeah.
But what made the WhatsApp one, there was no asset backing whatever you guys are doing. There's no constitution. Most of the time in this group, you are with people you don't know,
Exactly.
you don't understand. You are just hoping, just like with
Exactly,
Triple
yeah.
M,
Yeah.
your money will come back.
Back, yeah.
And you'll get to a point when you can't recruit anymore. And
Yeah.
that's when the pyramid scheme falls.
Yeah. I guess, in a nutshell, if it sounds too good to be true, it's
Probably
too good
is.
to be true. Okay. Now, we spoke about the WhatsApp Stokvel and recognizing a legit Stokvel. And now there was another one that came about, and I know Caesar Domo, okay, he spoke about the WhatsApp Stokvel, but also there was property Stokvels. How do those work?
So we are in this unfortunate thing. I think that's why my book, I feel it's going to help a lot of
Yes.
people. In every good thing, there's a bad thing. And unfortunately with Stokvels, there's so many, because of the
Yes.
informal nature that
Yes,
comes up with.
yes,
As
yes,
much
yes.
as property Stokvels are such a great thing, there's also so many scams around
it,
them also.
okay.
Also, Stokvels, when you going into invest into something as big as property, you better do it properly
With people that you know.
you trust. It's a long-term investment. There is so much knowledge you need to invest
Yes.
in terms of to make it a real success.
Yeah.
So there's different ways of property stokveling.
Yeah.
You can either I know the reason why it gets a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
People think it of a typical Stokvel
Yeah.
where this month we give you a house.
What?
Next month we give you a house.
A whole house? No, because I heard
Buy
about
a
the one
house
where
and-
there's a group of people and they're like, okay, we're on to 10,000 rand.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's-
but you don't know the people. This is what I was concerned with.
No,
Yeah.
no. For me, I
give you a
vouch
house.
for
Imagine.
I vouch for Stokvels that you are with people that you know of.
Yes.
If you are going to be with people you don't know of,
Yeah.
there better be a process of verification
Yes.
and praise. So,
Yeah.
for example, the people Stokvel that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
We are in the Stokvel. It's a huge Stokvel because
Yeah.
it's a business and investment Stokvel.
Yeah.
So there's like about 700 members. We don't know each other.
Is there a limit
there.
to how many people can be in a stock file?
It depends on you.
Okay.
It depends on you and on what type of Stokvel you are. And if you're going to register with NASASA, they will give you
The requirements,
and
whatever.
all that,
Okay.
whatever. So with that though, everybody's verified via their
Yeah.
ID, their credit checks,
Yeah.
their criminal record.
Yeah.
Then you know you are getting into a
Something legit, yes,
like, okay, I
yes.
don't know these people, but I
Yeah.
got their ID, I know
Yeah.
their credit status,
Yeah.
and I know their criminal record.
Yeah.
And should they run away, 1, 2, 3
I
should
know,
happen. We have
yes.
signed our constitution, we have signed this and this, then
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
it's formalized.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So same thing with property Stokvels.
Yeah.
You put the paperwork in place first.
Yes.
Then you
Yes.
say, okay, we are here, we are going to invest in property. How are we going to
Mm-hmm.
invest in property? And this should be in your constitution. Do you guys want to put your 10,000 to invest like in maybe a rental apartments where nobody is going to be given a house?
Yeah.
We put money so that we can
Buy
buy
a
a rental
rental.
company.
Yeah.
So the easiest way for property investing in terms of with the Stokvel model
Yeah.
would be to turn the Stokvel into a property company.
Ah.
Then
Okay.
that you guys all put money together for this property company and you all have shares in this
In
company.
that, yes.
And this company acquires properties.
Yes.
And like that, and then as those properties make money, you guys share it per
Yeah.
shareholder.
Okay.
And whatever.
Yeah.
And you put
There's
money.
been this notion that in order to start a property Stokvel, you need a lot of money, 50,000 per each. There was 50,000. I'm taking it from hearing from people.
Yeah.
Because people think property Stokvel is only one type of Stokvel.
Yeah.
Where you have to buy each other properties.
Yes.
While there's so many subcategories
Yeah.
under property
Yeah.
Stokveling. As I said, the company one, the property company one, where you get shares as members, you are shareholders of the company.
And you have shares in the property that you guys
Company,
purchase.
yes.
Or property company.
In the property company, and the
Yes.
company is the one that purchases the property.
Okay, got you.
And then there is another one where you guys, which is less cheaper for people that want to start out, where you invest in listed property. You are a property Stokvel that invest in property shares,
Yeah.
in your rates, in ETFs,
Yeah.
property ETFs.
Yeah.
So that's another way you can diversify within the property
Yeah.
Stokveling.
Yeah.
And obviously there's all those high net worth property Stokvels where people would be putting your 100,000 per month in order for every second month you're buying property. like
Okay.
that. Those are not for everybody, as I said,
Yes.
they are high
Yeah, I
net
don't have
worth.
200. I don't have 200K
But
lying
there-
around.
There are people who put it who do it, and that's why everybody thinks each person must be bought like a normal rotational Stokvel. This month you're buying
Your
a house,
property.
next month
That'd
you're
be
buying
nice.
a thing. Yeah, if you have
That,
200,000 to contribute per month, that is also
Yeah.
possible. But also putting stuff in place like that is also possible. So the scams within the property Stokvels is when an administrator gets involved. Look, property is a big asset, so you can't do it by yourself only. So you're gonna have to get an asset manager, for example, to help
Yeah,
you guys with,
yeah,
with
yeah.
the process.
You were going to touch on just like Stokvels investing or saving into certain financial
products.
that are available. So just generally, not just focusing on just property Stokvels, but when you're starting a Stokvel, what do you know where to save in?
Yes.
So-
So the easiest way of starting a property Stokvel, because you don't just start and go invest.
Yes.
Is having a bank account that is specifically for Stokvels, and there's all banks now, well, except Capitec, I think.
Yeah.
Most banks, the big four, have Stokvel accounts.
Okay.
Where
And that's just like a
specifically-
normal savings
That's
account.
a normal savings
Yeah.
account. Obviously, they are competitive in terms of how much interest in each one offers and the benefits it comes
Yeah.
with. So you have
Yeah.
to shop around. So
Yeah.
there are saving things. So in order to invest, all Stokvels need to have a bank account. So you
okay.
have to start with having the right bank
Yeah.
account. Then
Yeah.
look on what you're
Yeah.
going to do with the money that you have saved.
Okay.
So the first thing, the reason why Stokvels are so much associated with being saving mechanisms
Yes.
is because the core of it is saving.
Yeah.
So now what I'm saying is that with those savings, what to do with
Yes,
the savings.
yes, that's
and
my
that's
question,
where
yeah.
we move into
Investing, okay.
So also with investing, you don't start big. It's better to start smaller, especially because of the risk appetites that are involved
Different in the-
so
yes.
it's not like when you are alone where you're like, I'm just gonna go way high.
Yeah.
But the other one is like,
High
no,
risk,
but
high
I'm not
return.
really
Risk averse,
Yes.
very risk
So in the
averse,
book,
yes.
there's also like a questionnaire for the members there to test your riskness in terms of to see where your
risk appetite is,
So
okay.
in order which one to think. So the less risky would be ETFs. ETFs is like a basket with different companies in it, and you're buying the whole basket.
Okay.
So usually Stokvels would go for a product like ETFs to start their investment journey. Then as they go, individual shares, as they go, they want to do bigger things like your property Stokvels. Even with property Stokvels, others, they start by investing first because property needs so much capital. You need to be making money while waiting to get that capital.
To get that return,
And you
yes.
can't exactly be waiting for that capital in a
Yeah,
bank
yeah,
savings
yeah.
account. So most
Yeah.
of the time people would be investing in shares, in
Yeah,
ETFs and
yeah.
other different things in
Yeah.
order to raise that capital to be able to afford properties.
Okay.
So investing is the core of what I think Stokvels can be moving into towards
yes.
instead of just saving and sharing in
Yeah,
December.
yeah. Because that has been the traditional way, yeah. So speaking of traditional Stokvels, how then can millennials take advantage of Stokvels
Yes.
and where they're moving? Yeah.
So I think it's a great time to get involved as a millennial in Stokvels because of
Yeah.
we're moving into a digital era, so
Yes.
it's easier now to work and collaborate with people
Yeah.
without actually physically being with them.
Yeah.
For example, young people
Yeah.
starting off working don't have like a lot of money to be contributing or doing big things in terms of investments because
Yes.
they're still starting off. So
Yeah.
when you are young, you can collaborate with other young people to contribute to what you can afford in order to reach that goal that
Of
you
either buying a
want
property and getting money out of it, or
together.
just the
Yes,
investing
or
Stokvel.
investing in Stokvel. So they can use Stokvels as a means of collaborating in order to raise capital that you wouldn't be able to alone because you're still young, you're still not affording higher capital. So for me, I think it's a great opportunity to start.
Yeah.
By the time you are much older, you have raised there's so much capital
Yeah.
in different investments that you
Yeah.
are setting yourself up
Yeah.
at a better.
Yeah, and not trying to
Yes.
do everything yourself,
Yes.
but taking advantage of King Stokvela, the app.
The apps,
Yeah.
everything that is out there that millennials can use in order to make this collaboration a success.
Yeah.
And now they say the new innovation is collaboration.
Nice.
Collaboration is
Yes.
just a word that went to private school.
Yeah.
Collaboration is Stokvel.
Nice. Okay, now what are the myths about Stokvels?
Number one, they're for old people. They're for mamas, which means they're only for old women.
Yes.
They're only for saving.
Yes. And I mean, if you watch the show and not come into the middle, we talk a lot about how it can be used as investing, as a starting off buying your properties or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
But in closing, how I know another myth I know of as well, and I just want to touch on it, is you need to have a lot of money to buy property or start a Stokvel or whatever, and people think, I don't have enough money because I've got black tax, other financial impediments, a baby. How do you sort of give advice to
Nice,
people
nice.
that have so many other financial commitments to save or use
I think
Stokvels?
for me, the main reason why I would say those would be exactly the candidates for Stokvels is the fact that when you put little money together, it becomes big money.
Exactly.
So a lot of times when we're walking around with the book on what the tagline should be and said, how can they make your money work for you? It was
Yes.
actually the opposite. People think Stokvels can make money for you. How? When you're just saving.
Yes.
No, it's what you do with the money that you
Yes.
put in
Yes.
Stokvels
Yes.
that can make
Yes.
money work for
Yeah.
you. So that is the whole point. People that are burdened financially but still can put that little thing aside
Yeah.
for a bigger picture coming together, that bigger picture can eventually come together, unlike just being burdened and saying I can't afford it.
I
let me
can't
not
afford
do
it.
anything."
Yeah, yeah.
Rather do it with other people
Yeah.
in order to be eventually get there. So Stokvels accommodate people that can put money together but not necessarily
A
big
lot of money. Yeah.
But it can be a lot of money because of
Yeah.
numbers.
But in biggie mat meer.
Yes.
Yes.
So
and
numbers don't lie. And
numbers don't lie. The book doesn't lie. The book has the answers, sort of. So, in closing, what, if you didn't really listen throughout the show, why did you write the book?
I wrote the book to get your ordinary South Africans financially literate.
Yes.
Literally, if I had to sum it up, I wanted information that I would have wanted years ago
When
when
we
I
started.
wanted to invest without
Yes.
the expensive jargon, without the I need a lot of money.
Yes,
Where should
yeah,
I get money?
yeah,
Oh, Google is
yeah,
confusing me.
yeah.
I wanted one-stop book of financial education for ordinary people
Yeah.
that want to start their financial independence.
Yeah. And I think what I like most about the book and the difference between the other books that are out there is that unlike other books on finance, I think it talks to collaboration again, because a lot of financial books is like, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to have a budget. You're going to get in ETFs. But then it's like, why don't you do it as a group? And I think this book then touches on that a lot. And we will be giving it away to one of our lucky ignorant millennials. The question will come up on the comments later on the week when the episode is out. But Palesa, any closing advice, remarks, or anything you want to say to our ignorant millennials?
Get the book!
That's an obvious one. Besides get the book.
I think, honestly, as young people, we need to be financially empowered. It is our only power for financial success.
And freedom.
You have no excuse of being ignorant in this day and age. Information is out there. Get it.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. Ignorant Millennials, you know, this is the podcast that helps you not be ignorant anymore. And thank you for watching. Thank you for liking us or liking the videos. If you haven't liked the video, subscribe to our channel. If you're not a first-time viewer, I don't know why you haven't subscribed if you haven't subscribed. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you do have questions, as you know, we've got a WhatsApp line. It's at the bottom. We're innovative like that. And Palesa, again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
How can people reach you?
I'm on Instagram, Pale_Lengolo. Same on Twitter, Palesa Lengolo on Facebook. Also follow Palengo Holdings for all your financial education needs.
Thank you.